Hi everyone, welcome to our episode 4 of The Atman Show, and we are going to review basically Panchatantra. And Panchatantra is basically an ancient Indian collection of interrelated animal fables and Sanskrit verses and prose. Earlier recorded work attributed to Vishnu Sharma, dated about 300 BCE, likely much older, having passed down generations orally. So basically Panchatantra says 5 strategies, of life, and they are Mitra Bheda, Mitra Labha, Shuru Bheda, Vigraha, and Sandhi. So Vigraha basically is separation, Sandhi is union, Shuru Bheda is causing discord between friends, Mukta Labha is gaining, and Mitra Bheda is basically loss of friends. So we are going to basically review 2 stories, and one of the story is Bull and the Lion, and my guest is Gayatri. Gayatri, please go ahead and introduce yourself, and also let's you can talk about your story, the first story.
Hi, today I'm going to tell you 2 stories. One is about the bull and the lion. There was this bull who was, there was this farmer who had 2 bulls leading his cart, and somewhere in the jungle, this one bull gets stuck in a swamp. So the farmer decides to get rid of this bull because he had to go ahead. So this poor bull was stuck in the swamp, and he didn't know how to get out of it. So he yelled and screamed and shouted, and with all his might he pulled himself out. In the process of all this yelling, the lion, who was the king of the jungle, heard this huge noise, and he said, "My God, what is this? This must be a terrible, fierce animal. I should find out who this is." Now the fox, who was listening to all this, decided to come up with a very clever plan. He told the lion that, "I will find out who this terrible animal is, but you have to make me your minister. Then only I will do your work." So the lion said, "Okay." So then the fox goes and he finds that it's a bull. So he asks the bull, "What happened?" He said, "No, I was, stuck in this thing, and I managed to pull myself, and now I'm quite happy. I am getting my grass. I'm going to stay here only." So now the fox has to go and tell the lion what he has found. So he goes back and tells the lion, "Oh, it's a terrible animal. If you see him, you will get very scared." So the lion says, "Okay, you go and find out what does that, I want to be friends with him, because I don't want to be his enemy. Because if I am his enemy, then he will attack me, and then I won't be the king of the jungle." So he goes and tells the bull, "Oh, the lion is very scared of you, and I think you are more powerful than the lion." So the bull also feels very happy. So the fox starts carrying stories of the bull to the lion, and the lion to the bull. So the lion wants to now become like the bull. Okay, so he starts eating grass, and he is very happy, and he is not killing other animals. The fox is not very happy about it, because he wanted to eat some nice meat. Now what is the way of doing it? Because he has to now get the bull, which is supposed to be a terrible animal, to confront the lion. So he makes a plan and tells the bull that, the lion wants to meet you, and will you come and meet him? He said, "Of course I will come and meet him." And he goes and tells the lion that terrible animal, he'll come and see you with red eyes, and you'll be very frightened. He will attack you. So before he attacks you, you better attack him. So he entices both these animals to come face to face with each other. The bull thinks that he is more powerful than the lion, But the lion manages, as you know, kills the bull and he eats the bull. And so does the fox. What is the moral of the story?
So, so never befriend a natural enemy.
Yes.
So, what is that like?
Yeah, see, if you know somebody is your enemy, there's no point in getting friends with that person.
Exactly.
Because no matter what you do, you will never be on the same side.
Yeah.
That is one part of the story. The other part of the story is that if two people are not knowing each other and each other's habits, but if a third person comes in between and tries to carry stories about one person to the other and the other person to the other, then what happens? The enmity builds up more and more. You are natural enemies, but the bull could have lived happily eating his grass, and the lion could have lived happily eating his animals whenever he wanted. But the fox made them both face each other, and the stronger enemy killed the weaker one. And who benefited? It's the fox that benefited.
Exactly.
No? So relationships are also like that.
So it's the fox that benefited, not the two people that did not know each other and there was no enmity. It's the middleman, the fox that got benefited.
Yes.
So yes,
we see that so much in
the I have seen these kind of
in our lives, relationships. We see all this. So that is why Panchatantra is not just stories for little children. I mean, you can tell them because it's all based on animals. But if you place yourself in those stories, you have a lesson as adults to learn.
Exactly. So this is, I have seen it in in my life itself, that people carrying stories about one another to this person and basically gossiping. So don't listen to gossip. Always confront the person. Hey, whatever stories I've heard about you, is it true?
And whatever you are saying about me, are you saying them? Are you saying it?
Exactly.
So unless you confront each other, you don't have to kill each other, but you can confront each other and clear up the air between.
Exactly.
So even though you may be natural enemies, you can live peacefully in your own.
We can always coexist, and maybe we were not natural. We were never enemies.
Exactly.
To begin with.
You were never enemies. See, the lion would not have attacked the bull if he was not hungry or if he was not incited by the fox. Same way with the bull also, no?
Exactly. Okay, good. So moving to our next story, and that is why the owl became enemies of the crow. Go ahead.
Okay. Now, in the jungle, lots of beautiful birds like the peacock, the swan, the crows, the parrots, and the owls, of course. And the king of all these birds was Garud. But Garud was too busy. He was most of the time going to heaven, because he was Lord Vishnu's bird. So he used to be more flying off to heaven. So the birds decided that this is not happening for us. We need somebody to, control our lives, rule over us. So they decided that let's choose a king. So they all sat together and they chose. Everybody decided that the owl looks very wise, So we'll make the owl our king. Now the crow was not there when all this was decided. When the crow came and heard this, he felt, why should the owl become the king? He tells the other birds, no, you could have made the peacock, you could have made the swan, you could have made the parrot, you could have made anybody, but why the owl? They said, why not the owl? He said, see, first of all, he's an ugly bird and he sleeps throughout the day, and in the night he gets up and he flies around, and when he is hungry he might even attack us and kill us. So he is not the right candidate. So they said, okay, then now we'll have to think about it. But the birds had already told the owl that we'll have a coronation. So the next day the owl was waiting for the coronation. And he kept waiting and waiting. Nobody came. So he asked his attendants, where are the other birds? Why aren't they come for my coronation? They said, no, they have changed their mind. They don't want you to be the king. But why? So they said, no, you see, the crow said that you are not fit to be the king. And they tell him all these things, that you are ugly, you sleep throughout the day, and you might even kill one of us. So that is why we don't want you to be the king. So the owl gets very upset, and from that day, the owl and the crow become sworn enemies. So Anamika, what is the moral of the story?
So think twice before you say anything. So in this, you're talking about the crow should have thought twice before he said something.
Yeah, because see, the crow, for his personal reasons, singly decided he doesn't like the owl. So he tried to influence people. And those other birds got influenced by him.
This is politics. This happens. This happens at work. Everywhere.
Yes. So and he said all these nasty things about the owl. I mean, not that the birds didn't know these things about the owl. In spite of it, they wanted the owl to be the king. But because the crow said it and they got influenced, they decided not to make him the king. So in the long run, the owl and the crow became enemies. And the crow actually should not have said it. Now he should have thought.
But crow must have been jealous of owl. So he's trying to influence everybody. Oh, you know what? Like owl is not good. He's not fit. Don't make him the king.
This happens in your corporate world.
Exactly. This is like so, such a common thing in corporate world. If someone has to get some appreciation or award or something, people just gang around, and they'll make sure that this person doesn't get a recognition, or this person is not invited to a meeting, where that person can get recognition from an upper management or something like that.
So you see how relevant these Panchatantra tales, based on animals and meant for children, actually children of the king, who was not very happy the way his sons were growing up. So Vishnu Sharma told them these stories to teach them the ways of life, what to do and what not to do. But ultimately Panchatantra teaches us all. There's a learning in each and every story of Panchatantra. It's so relevant.
I'll just read upon, for our viewers, why this Panchatantra started basically. So once upon a time, King Amarasaki ruled the city of Mahilarupayam in the south of India. He had 3 witless sons who became matter of endless worry for him. Realizing that his son had no interest in learning, the king summoned his minister and said, I'm not happy with my son. How can I make them to be my successor? One of his ministers suggested the name of Vishnu Sharman, a great scholar enjoying the respect of hundreds of his disciples. And the king then summoned Vishnu Sharman and pleaded them with him, "O honorable scholar, please train my son into great scholars and I will make you the Lord." So as we had discussed, there are 5 strategies, and this is the Mitra Bheda, Mitra Labha, Shuhur Bheda, and Shuhur Bheda, am I correct?
Yes, Shuhur
Bheda,
and Sandhi,
Vigraha and Sandhi. So these 2 stories that we reviewed about the owl and the crow and the bull and the lion, which of the 5 strategies it belongs to? Why do you think so?
I think one is loss of friends, Mitra Bheda.
Is it Mitra Bheda, loss of friends, or causing discord?
Causing discord among friends.
So I think this is what I think, the bull and the lion is causing discord between friends. And Mitra Bheda, the second one is Mitra Bheda. Do you think so?
I think so.
So it's a good thing. It's kind of a puzzle.
And also we have to remember that like Panchatantra, the Greeks also had something called Aesop fables.
Okay.
They also had many stories with morals.
Okay.
But Panchatantra outclassed even Aesop fables. And I think it's the Amar Chitra Katha series which brought out the whole importance of Panchatantra. So there's a whole generation of children who are now adults who remember having read Amar Chitra Katha Panchatantra stories. So parents, if you can manage to get Amar Chitra Katha, you know, from India.
Yeah. We can review in one of our episodes the Amar Chitra Katha as well.
Yeah.
All right, it was a short episode but very knowledgeable. I hope, like, you know, our viewers are benefited by that. And Gayatri, can you please tell our viewers to like, comment and subscribe our channel, The Atman Show?
Please guys, like, subscribe to this The Atman Show and make our show an ongoing one, so that we come back again and again with different stories for you, our viewers. Thank you.
Thank you so much and have a nice day, everyone. Bye.